This is GO-MMT Radio.
GO-MMT Radio. Let's go.
Powered by Make My Trip, Go IBBO and Redbus.
Trips don't lie. On GO-MMT Radio.
Hello and welcome to yet another exciting episode of GO-MMT Radio. मेरा नाम है सोनू and with me we have Nishtha Arora. She is the Associate Director from the Product Management based out of Gurgaon. Welcome Nishtha, how are you doing?
Hey Sonu, hi, thank you. I'm doing very well. How about you?
I'm good यार. मैंने सुना है कि आप अभी छुट्टी मना के आई हैं. So congratulations on that because in this day and age जहाँ पे there are so many restrictions, you've managed to have one holiday. How does it feel post holiday?
To be honest, this was my first international trip after 2 years. I did my trip in 2020 February and then my next trip was March 2022 international. So it was very nice. I felt like अब COVID खत्म हो रहा है, चीजें normal हो रही है, and while things were a little costly, but I just enjoyed it so much. I was waiting for it.
तो आप फरवरी में कहाँ गई थी?
February 2020?
Yes.
It was Japan.
So from Japan to London, it's been amazing, I think. Tell me, Nishtha, why did you choose London as your holiday destination?
Multiple reasons, Sonu. So London is like, like for a Europe, place that you want to go. I always thought Europe is something you will cover with your partner. So I was like, what to cover in Europe, which I don't want to cover with my partner. So it was always London. And then it's a very good mixture as a starter country because of culture, because of it being a financial hub, and it being a very open culture, and also English as the first speaking language.
Absolutely. And it was a week holiday, Nishtha?
That's correct. It was 7 days and it included my traveling time as well. So I had around 6 days to see things.
Okay, wonderful. We'll actually come to that in a little while from now. लेकिन आजकल traveling करना इतना आसान नहीं है because of the pandemic and things that we have gone through. So if you could tell our listeners about what was the process like, how was the visa process, what were the tests you got yourself done before boarding the flight?
Sure. So funny you say that. It is not easy. In fact, I actually changed my flights twice. And I literally made it to open tickets later because of the uncertainty. So the good part was that, you could convert open tickets because of these kind of COVID norms which were coming. So literally because the changes were so frequent, I said, I'm not bearing any more change costs. I will convert them to open tickets and decide when I'm very sure to go to London that I'll book it.
Right.
So that's right. So when you say test, as a country, UK just needs you to have vaccination. So for me, I was vaccinated on Covaxin, and that's the same for my sister. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine for UK. If you are vaccinated, you don't need any test. You can literally just walk into the country.
And how was the weather like when you went?
So it was amazing, to be honest. I literally was surprised that March would be an awesome combination of windy, then snowy, then summer feels, then spring feels.
तो 6 दिनों में आपने 4 सीजन्स देख लिए.
जी.
Wonderful. This is amazing. That's what the tricky part about London is, the weather. Because, people crave for sunlight there and especially the locals. But I have been told to understand that aap London or Scotland gayi thi and you went with your sister. So we'll talk about your itinerary in a little while from now. But before that, Nishtha, tell us what are the things that one should always carry in their cabin luggage?
Okay, alright. So for me, cabin luggage, you should always carry your medicines, you should carry an eye mask, you should probably carry socks. For long haul flights, you don't want to wear shoes always, but make sure you carry a deodorant as well. I also carry a mouth freshener. I make sure I carry a face wash, a moisturizer that I'm very okay with because, your skin tends to get dry inside. Make sure your chargers are in your hand. Also, your chargers should have just the cables. Detachable cables because you want to charge all your phones, all your devices, all the devices that you want fully charged. Ideally, keep them charged in your cabin luggage. That's for sure. And make sure you're not carrying a lot of, liquids in your cabin baggage because they will remove it anyway.
Ah, yes, that I think is a very, very good point. So Nishtha, you tell me, what are the things that you did in 6 days in London and Scotland? Like, how did you plan the itinerary?
So no, it was not my first trip to London and Scotland, but for me, my sister, it was first. So I had to make sure that she saw the best of it. So I guess I had to make it concise, but ensure that she sees all the portions that I wanted her to see. So what I realized, कि London के अंदर the best way to explore is to do free walking tours.
Ah, yes, I agree with you. Yeah.
So so London actually has 33 boroughs and it's very confusing. New York, for example, has 5 boroughs and 33 boroughs का कोई sense नहीं बनता. So I don't know how you can explore London in 2 days or 3 days. That's never an itinerary.
Yes, yes.
So the way London is actually structured, it's actually very unique for everybody. If you are an artsy person, you have a different London. If you are a culture person, you have a different London. If you are a foodie person, you have a different London. And if you are a party person, you have a different London. And to be honest, if you are a history person, that's also a different London. And it even goes to the fads of if you are a Harry Potter person or you're a Ghostbuster, anything like that, you have a different London. So what you can possibly do is ensure that you build your itinerary in the manner that ensures the cultural experiences that you want to have. So what I generally do is I booked 2 walking tours so that we could understand the city well. So 2 parts of the city are very important. What I did was I stayed at zone 1. So that really helped me a lot because it was easy traveling from the airport. It was no changes of the train. Once you stay at zone 1, you're also connected to the most important areas. So one is Westminster, the other one is City of London. These are the 2 important parts of London that you should at least understand, behind as a culture.
Right,
so these 2 tours are generally 2 hours. Generally happen, in the morning and in the afternoon. You can plan your day in accordance. For me, I booked 1 tour one day, the other tour the other day in the morning. And they generally start around 10 a.m. You can use it as a starter for you. It gives in your steps as well in case you're looking for exercising. This is your opportunity. You don't really need to exercise other than walking in London. I mean, I literally was doing 21,000 steps every day.
Nice, nice.
So, and one thing that was must do which came in my itinerary was Soho Tour. So I loved the Soho Tour. It actually gives a very good insight into the pop culture of London, like Beatles, Jimi Hendrix, Rolling Stone, all of that. And along with that, actually a lot about, prostitution, drugs, a lot of history about that as well. So in case you can do it and it is something that interests you, probably exploring a different kind of culture, you can do the Soho Tour.
That's a fair idea. तो आप अपने interest के हिसाब से किस लंदन को देखना चाहते हैं, that is something that you can always plan. And what are the things that you feel are must do when you go to Scotland?
Sure. So for me, Scotland was like a 1.5 day trip. So मुझे पता था कि what I wanted to explore. So I really wanted my sister to explore Isle of Skye. So in fact, if you are a Game of Thrones fan, you should know this is very well found in the videos of Game of Thrones. Isle of Skye, you can just Google and you can Google Old Man of Storr. You will understand what is Isle of Skye. It has been covered in the shots. So we can directly take a flight. I took a low-cost carrier, Ryanair, booked it from London. Directly took a cabin baggage kind of bag and went to Inverness. So Inverness is the landing spot. And from Inverness, you can you can possibly take an evening flight, and next day you can take a full day tour, which is generally a 10 hours tour, which covers the Isle of Skye in the least possible time, the best way. So for must do in Scotland, you should do that tour because there are a lot of things to see. Like Old Man of Storr is there. Then the views in Scotland are amazing. So you will be covering most of it on that tour as well, including the Loch Ness and the Loch Ness monster stories.
Monster, yes. Nishtha, what kind of a traveler are you? Are you the one who likes to explore the local cuisine कि आपको safe रहना है कि मतलब I want to eat only things that I know of?
Okay, so for London specifically, the good part is you don't have to explore just British cuisine. In case you're looking to explore world over cuisine, that's the right place to be in. Especially for me, if you ask me what do you like in London the best, I love, for example, I love the English breakfast. Let me just be very clear about it.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, you don't have to really find the right place for it. Just walk into another nice store in the morning at 8 a.m. You will find a good English breakfast. That's for sure. Then I love the Mexican food in London. That's very good and it will be cheap on the pocket as well, and you would enjoy and it'll be healthy as well. And you can also look for vegetarians as well.
Right.
So if somebody is a vegan or a vegetarian, that's the best choice as well. For that, Oaxaca and Chipotle, they are very nice restaurants and you would love Mexican food there. I've been to Oaxaca twice and I really like all the cocktails there as well.
Amazing. So, because London is a cosmopolitan city, you get the best of every culture. But are you a dessert person? Meetha pasand hai aapko?
So I love the high tea at UK. So yes, bakery is very good there. You should definitely try the Miles Bakery there. It opens on weekends and they have fresh pastries. So you should definitely try that. And in case you're looking for something which is good on pocket, Greg's Coffee. So in case you're looking for a store also where to buy the best coffee, आप बहुत confused होंगे because बहुत सारे stores होते हैं, but Greg's is a very good chain which is good on pocket as well.
And now we are down to the last part of our conversation, which is a rapid fire round, where I'm going to give you choices, okay, Nishtha, and you have to pick what you prefer, okay? And this is a London special rapid fire. So are you ready?
Done.
Okay.
The rapid fire round.
London Eye or Buckingham Palace?
Buckingham Palace.
Harry Potter or Game of Thrones?
Harry Potter.
Fish and chips or trifle pudding?
Fish and chips.
Peaky Blinders or Bridgerton?
Bridgerton.
Beatles or Queens?
Beatles.
Oh, you are a Beatle fan as well. Same here. But it was wonderful talking to you. यहाँ पे घर पे बैठे मैंने थोड़ी सी लंदन की सैर कर ली in this amazing weather, and right now I'm imagining लंदन में हल्की हल्की बारिश हो रही है, कॉफी पी रहे हैं हम, and of course I'm just looking at चाय पी रहे हैं. I am not a big fan of the British tea though. So मुझे तो इंडियन वाली चाय ही पसंद है. But and I'm just staring at haggis दूर से because I'm a vegetarian. But it was fantastic talking to you, Nishtha. And I hope that you get to explore many more places and we keep having you on the show because I feel एक बहुत ही अच्छा overview आपने दिया as far as London and Scotland is concerned. So thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was nice sharing.
Well, that was Nishtha for you. We spoke in length about her holiday in London and Scotland. And you can also be a part of the show. आपको बस हमें email करना है headsetgo@go-mmt.com. अगर आप अपने colleague के लिए कोई गाना dedicate करना चाहते हैं, you can email us as well. But make sure कि आपका request जो है वो हमें पहुंचे 48 hours in advance. Up next, we have our lovely Go Tripper. And with that, it's a wrap on today's show. Until we meet next time, which is tomorrow, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep smiling. This is me, Sonu, signing off.
आण जान दी पसूड़ी नू जहर बने हाँ तेरी पी जावा मैं पूरी नू होना सी ओ नहीं आया दिल बांग बांग मेरा टकराया कागा बोल के दस जावे देवा क्यों दी चूरी नू रवाच बावाच ओनू लुकावा कोई मैनू ना रोके मेरे ढोल जुदाइयां दी तेनू खबर किवें होवे आ जावे दिल तेरा पूरा भी ना होवे हाँ बनिया बनाइयां दी गल बात किवें होवे आ जावे दिल तेरा पूरा भी ना होवे पूरा भी ना होवे
धन धन महाप्रभु हमारे जहांपना पधार रहे हैं अंदर कोई जहांपना नहीं है फिर क्यों ये नॉइज पोल्यूशन पहुंच गए जहांपना क्या है ये बचपना
वो ऊपर वाली सीट बहुत महंगी है वेरी कॉस्टली
हम तो बार बार बोलेंगे रेड बस जिसके पास वही असली राजा हुई तभी तो रेड बस ऐप डाउनलोड करने को जोर जोर से टेलिंग क्योंकि रेड बस गिविंग बस टिकट्स पे फुल ऑन डिस्काउंट्स तो रेड बस ऐप डाउनलोड करो और बस ट्रैवल को इजी बनाओ बस यानी रेड बस
Hello everyone, this is Alia Bhatt and you're listening to Go-MMT Radio. Head, set, go.
Send in your feedback, dedications and requests at headsetgo@go-mmt.com.